I have heard of Captain Beefheart. He's got a full name. I don't know it. Don't recall it. Just heard it for the first time about 10 minutes ago. I've heard of him once in my life, and he sounded very interesting to me, and he slipped my mind, so I haven't ever heard of him again. But then this thing comes up with his last interview on David Letterman or something, and he's talking. He's telling his life story. Sculptor, dropped out of kindergarten halfway through, said, I've had enough of this. And he's a poet, and he has a band of some sort. That's how he's known as Captain Beefheart, I think. I don't know. But he just sounds so interesting. And Letterman there, he asks him, he said, you live in the desert? And he made it clear that he doesn't always live in the desert. He's moving, but he's based out of, and he'd said the Mojave, they sent him there to keep him from taking a year-long scholarship in some European nation, Italy or France or something, to work on a marble as a 13-year-old because his art was so good. They wanted to get him away from the art, so they moved him to the Mojave, where they had some prison camp for people in World War II or something. But he made it clear that he moved in cycles, and Dave there, he says, yes, but you live in the desert. He says, well, I like it there. It's hotter. And what do you like about the desert? And then it went to one of these commercials about gambling, and I'm like, back off, 6 feet. Oh, you don't know how much I have learned to ignore my need to gamble. And I'm sitting around, and I'd already been hearing what he was about to say. What is it you like about the desert so much? And it went to that commercial, and I said, I know. It's the idea. Why do you think I haven't been in Desert Storm so much, Shield and Storm, is because the skies at night in the desert. It's the first place I realized. I mean, I grew up in Gaylord, Michigan, where you're out in the field, you see stars, it's just like, wow. It's a huge difference the light pollution makes on our ability to see what's really out there. Don't look up. But you get to someplace like fucking Saudi and Iraq, and that sky, it just wraps around you like you're standing on a rock that you are standing on, getting spun around and around, but it won't let you go. Just a rock hurling through space. You realize, wow, look at that. And you just look up, just wait like 30 seconds looking up at the sky, and you'll see a shooting star, meteor, something. They're just, all you have to do is look up, wait, you can see everything. And then like being in the Mojave, I was in the Mojave also. It's just the desert. There's something so beautiful about the desert. I even did an interview for KSJS 90.5 FM, San Jose. Yeah, I even did an interview for them about the desert. And so I know what this guy's talking about. He's saying he just likes being out there. He knows, I'm predicting what he's going to say. I haven't seen it yet. He knows that even it looks so desolate, you just let your eyes go soft and sit there and just let things shift a little bit to where you see motion instead of a picture. And you can see things moving in the desert. Sometimes little creepy, like not cicada, the other, it's like a cricket. Those damn things, they'll surround you. That's what I saw in the Gobi. They came, and I was with this guy, and these little fucking things came up. I caddy did, but these things are giant, and I saw something about them on TV once after that, so I know that it's a real fucking threat. These things came, one of them came, and I was like, look at that fucking bug. And I don't poke bugs, but I was like, look at it. And I went, and it didn't back off. And all of a sudden there was another one, and it's like, and they're not backing off. I'm like, God, that's a weird bud. And pretty soon we looked around and we were fucking surrounded by them. They were moving in on us like some kind of thing in Jurassic Park, but with bugs. And I said, I think we better get out of here. There's all kinds of living shit in the fucking desert, man. That's the coolest thing about it. You see all that stuff out there, we're just on a rock, but we got shit living with us. How much shit's living out there? That's what he loves about the desert. It's the solitude. I always wanted to do a Raytheon thing for 6 months in Antarctica, the world's largest desert. No precipitation, you know, it's low. And there's something about the seeming emptiness of the desert that allows us to see how full of life we really are. Captain Beefheart, I predict that's what you're gonna say. I'll post it down below. Maybe I'll even link the fucking video that I saw. I don't know if that's legal. I don't know how this shit works. Well, as it turns out, Captain Beefheart, Don Van Vliet, he didn't answer the way I thought he would. Dave there, he's like, where is he going? Where are you gonna be? He said, I really don't like the desert. I don't like the way it is on my skin. He says, actually, I just don't want a lot of people knowing where I'm gonna be next, because then they come around. And I said, damn, it wasn't about the start. He did what I do about Lugu Lake's probably lost by now. I never used to tell anybody where it was. I was in the old matriarchal communities because I didn't want anybody else to go there and spoil it, but it was in the process of being spoiled when I left. I saw the last great things of it, but I wouldn't tell anybody. It's beyond exotic horizons. I saw it in a book once. I said, you shouldn't be sharing this. And that's exactly what Don Van Vliet, Captain Beefheart, was doing. He said, I just don't want people to know where I am. Don't come in and spoil the beauty of the place I have to myself. And so I was wrong in the way I thought he might answer, but he was right in doing so.
Stop the desecration of this land.
The desert. You know, I spent 8 months in the desert and I never really hated it. Everybody was having depression and shit because their wives were at home screwing a neighbor and spending their money. The other ones that were too stupid to know that they were screwing around on them and spending all their money. They were just too stupid to be happy, so they were depressed all the time. I didn't have a girlfriend. I've been very lucky. Had few girlfriends,
in my life, but they've all been good. I'm in contact with all of them. Generally, every couple of years I talk to friends. And I just didn't have anybody at the time because I don't always feel like I need somebody around me. If you can't be happy by yourself, you're a very lonely person indeed. But I didn't have anybody back home. I wrote any soldier letters. I had some 22-year-old stewardess wanting to marry me by the time I left there, but I didn't have any connections. And I enjoyed myself, man. I drove Humvee. I drove all over the place, came in contact with the enemy troops, you know. Never killed anybody, but they ran. I guess we're bad motherfuckers. You saw that movie, Three Kings. But I had a lot of fun. I had my 21st birthday there. I never thought I'd be turn 21 without having alcohol, but there it was. It's just sand, man. There's so many different kinds of sand. That's what I learned in the desert. Fucking rocky sand, dune sand, everything. Just drive through that shit like mad.
I hate to cut short your story, but the battery's getting low, so whenever you're ready to wrap it up.
That's about it, man.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, we're gonna have me start off like if we edit that, you know, we can go around it.
Yeah.
You'd see snakes and lizards and scorpions, everybody all freaked out. It's just life, man. I saw a huge lizard. Big fucking lizard. I was driving my Humvee and I was waiting for somebody. And I'm sitting there just relaxing in the sun. And I looked over and I saw these troops. Ah! I'm like, hey, man. Look at that. There's this big fucking lizard. I was like, wow, how long do you think it took it to grow that big? I was really impressed. And they had a tent pole. And they were just like touching it and stuff. I'm like, yeah, all right. Next thing you know, they got bored, I guess. Yeah! They all started beating it and killing it, and it just disgusted me, man. I just wanted to... I saw what it was like to be Saddam Hussein, how that's in everybody. You know, just the evil. So there's sadness in the desert, but you never seen stars like it. Thanks. The solitude that the desert gives you. You find the sink and you find the beauty. Because the desert is all about solitude. And to be out there, it's really soulful. Look at these damn trees. What are they thinking?
I take it as a resistance. Interesting to look at, neat to observe.
Resistance is beautiful.
But you can't touch. That's the thing that man has. Fuck it. And it's very
The interesting thing about that is the more the man destroys, the more the man makes deserts. I mean, it's like the earth takes back with the hellfire of the desert.
cactus.
I was supposed to get a rattlesnake for Shannon. I don't see any. I've been picking shrubs.
Lucius D wants a rock. We get one from here?
Be sure you're videotaping this in case I get attacked. Don't stop just because I get attacked.
We'll send it to When Animals Attack 3.
poster for shit.
Is she that great a woman?
I don't know. I haven't found out yet. Help! You see that shit? There's nothing in there now.
Okay.
It's time for Vegas.
Vegas!
Yeah!
Oh, mankind!
There's the snake for you. We get some guys?